Hello, everyone. I am Sherry Adami. I am one of the Aspire counselors here at the district office. And today I'm going to go over with you how you can save money while earning college credits in high school. So for parents and students, this is a great way for you to earn credit while you're in high school for college so you don't have to pay for it when you go. So I'm going to give you the details on our MSJC programs that we offer here at PUHSD, as well as the advanced placement courses. So let's jump right in. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to cover are the MSJC programs that we offer. There's 4 different types of programs, and it gets pretty confusing along the way. So I'm going to do the best that I can to explain them to you and the differences between the 4. On a side note, at the very top, there's a link that says high school students. That's for when you're ready to apply to MSJC programs as a high school student. So it's a great resource, and it shows you how to do the application, and it gives you all the links through the MSJC website. So the first program that we offer here in the district is called Dual Enrollment. That's the one that you hear the most of. And Dual Enrollment is a course that is taught on the high school campus during the school day by a PUHSD teacher. So what that means is that our teachers can be approved to be teachers for MSJC. So they're basically, while they're at their campus, they are an MSJC professor during that period that they're teaching that course. So the nice thing about the dual enrollment classes is that you don't have to take it after school. You don't have to take it at the campus, at the college campus. It's during the school day, and it is taught by one of our teachers. The second program is what we call Annex, and the Annex program is where an actual MSJC professor comes to the high school campus or teaches a course online specific for our students. And it is not a PUHSD teacher. It is an actual MSJC professor that comes to our schools or teaches it online specifically for our kids. The difference is that if the classes aren't full, adults can enroll in those classes. So the high school students can be enrolled at the same time in a course with the adults. But once again, that is usually taught during the school day, or it's offered online outside of the school day. The third program that your students can take advantage of is concurrent. So concurrent enrollment is not sponsored by PUHSD. It is where you or your student can go out and take a course themselves through the campus. So for example, a class that our programs aren't offering, your child can, or you can go out and take that class through MSJC. A good example could be like American Sign Language. You could take American Sign Language through MSJC, as well as getting languages other than English credits here at the high school. But it's not sponsored by PUHSD, but your children or you as a student can take that course. The last course that is offered here in our district, or last type of course, is articulation. So this is a little different. It's where you take one of our courses that is not an MSJC course. An example would be our anatomy course. It is not an MSJC course, but the nice thing is that the final exam is the same final exam that they give at MSJC. So if you have a B or higher in the year-long course, so if you've averaged a B first semester and second semester, you can take the MSJC final exam. And if you get a C or higher on the final exam, then you get college credit. So it does not show up on your transcript as a college course unless you get a C or higher as at the end of the final exam. It does show up on your college transcript as a college course because you have articulated that course. So that is, you are not enrolled in a college course. It's just if you pass the final with a C or higher, do you get college credit. So I know that was super confusing. There's 4 different types of programs, but if you want more clarification, reach out to your site counselors and they can help explain them. So let me go on to the next program and the benefits. So let me go to the next slide. All right, so the benefits of the MSJC programs for our kids are, one of them is that it's a cheap, it's very low cost. The lowest can be from $9 to $50 per class. Unfortunately, each class is a little different, but the dual enrollment classes are the cheapest. Those are your $9 fees. Now, these are not fees that the district is charging. These are fees that the college is charging. So we don't have any control over that. And it is course by course. And so that's why I don't have that included in here, because it also changes sometimes every semester, the fees, but they will never be more than $50. The other thing is, if you're taking a dual enrollment class or an annex class, you don't have to pay for the book. So we cover the book for the dual enrollment and the annex courses, but the concurrent classes, you are responsible for the book, but you're still paying the cheaper cost from the $9 to $50. All right, another benefit is GPA. You get a boost in your GPA if you take any MSJC course that's a 100 level course or higher. So for example, if you take Psychology 101, you will get a 5 if you get an A. So if you have a 4.0 and you get an A, you'll have a 5.0 for that course. So that's how that works. And that's all the MSJC courses in the programs. Except for articulation, you get the bump because you're meeting the MSJC 100 level course or higher. The other thing is your credit. For every one college unit, you get 3.33 high school credits. So for example, if you have that Psychology 101 in the fall, you're getting 10 credits for that class instead of 5 for your high school graduation. And that plays a lot into your GPA calculations and things like that. Just remember that the valedictorian, salutatorian calculation is a little different. So we don't want you just taking MSJC courses to get your valedictorian status, because it might not play into that calculation. But for college admissions, your GPA and your credits will reflect that. The thing that I think is the greatest thing is you become a college student while you're in high school. You become an MSJC student. You could get MSJC ID card. You have access to all their tutoring centers, services. If you have a 504 and IEP, you could receive accommodations for that. So it's a really nice thing. You're a high school student and a college student at the same time. Now, when it comes to rigor, these courses are definitely more challenging, and we've heard a lot from students that they're tired of being bored in high school. And so this is a good way of getting a jump start on your future, be it a 4-year university or even a trade program at the community college. So these classes are challenging, but they're pretty cool because they are college courses. And then the last thing is college admissions. Your transcript that has college courses listed on it elevates your college application. Colleges like to see that you're taking courses that are challenging, and they also like to see that you're not only taking challenging courses, but you're completing college credit while in high school. So those are some of the benefits of the MSJC programs. So let me talk to you about the advanced placement courses that we offer here at PUHSD, and many high schools offer AP courses. Some people ask me, what is the difference? Why would I want to take AP when I could take dual enrollment during my high school career? Well, the problem is that we don't have enough MSJC teachers to teach all the courses we would like to have taught during dual enrollment. So that's the nice thing about AP is it's a marriage. You have dual enrollment courses and you have AP courses. So with that, you're able to get college credit in both ways, not just through dual enrollment, as well as taking an AP exam to also get that college credit that way. So in this presentation are the links to how the AP program works and the AP courses that are offered nationwide. This link right here takes you to a site where you can look to see what credits you'll get for what courses. So the main difference between AP and dual is you have to pass your AP exam with a 3 or higher in order to get college credit. And all the universities are different on what classes and what tests they'll give college credit for. So for example, most CSUs will give credit for a 3 or higher, and the UCs will give credit for a 4 or higher. But this website right here, you can search by university and to see what courses they will give credit for. All right, so let's talk about college admissions. Because the ACT and the SAT have gone away for the California public schools, the universities are doing what they call a holistic review. With a holistic review, they're looking at the coursework that kids are completing in order to apply for college. So of course you're going to do your Aspire A through G requirements, but what they're looking for is those kids that are at a higher level of rigor and a higher level that is challenging to them. So I could get a 4.0 and never take an AP course or a dual enrollment course, or I could be a student that has a 4.5 because I've taken dual enrollment and AP. So for a college admissions counselor, I'm a better bet because I have demonstrated the fact that I can be successful in college courses. So that's part of the review. It's no longer just GPA, SAT, ACT scores. It's GPA as well as the course selection that you've taken during your high school career, as well as other factors like activities, community involvement, and things like that. The other reason why it looks good on your college admission is because success. Universities are realizing that if a student has completed college credit while in high school, they have an 80% chance more of completing their degrees in a timely manner. And that's a big problem for universities right now, is they're realizing it's taking students longer and longer to get their bachelor's degree. But students that go in with their college credit prior to attending as a first-year freshman, they have a greater chance of being successful in a shorter amount of time to get their bachelor's degree. So that's another reason why the college admission counselors like to see those college credits on your transcript. And the last benefit for college admissions is when you do get accepted to college, you will be placed in a math and English class. So if you've been successful in your AP math or your MSJC math class or English, you can bypass taking those English and math courses because you've already shown that you've mastered that content. So that once again saves you time and money, and you won't have to do any remedial courses. You won't even have to take those courses because you've already met them while you're in high school. So that's what colleges are looking for, is they're looking for students that they don't have to worry about when it comes to completing those courses. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick show to you of the courses that each site offers here in the district. There are also links to each one here if you need to do that. But let's go through, I'm just going to go through these really quick, but just so you have an example, because there are differences, slight differences between the schools. So here are the here's the list of the AP courses for Paris High School and the dual enrollment MSJC courses for Paris High School. And then here are the lists, or here are the courses for Heritage High School, Paloma Valley. Now, Liberty's first year, next year is with seniors, so the seniors will have access to more of these courses at Liberty. And then CMI. Now, CMI is unique because they do not have any dual enrollment courses at CMI, but your CMI students can take concurrent enrollment through MSJC. And the counselors and the CMI site definitely support the kids in doing that with the paperwork and everything else that needs to get done. All right, so this is one of my favorite slides because it really tells you how powerful it is that you take these courses while you're in high school. And I put a link in the presentation for you to click on, and you can make your own copy of this form and put in your own plan for 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, however you want to do it. So this student is a sample student, and I'm starting with their 9th grade year. That's what's here in blue. So in 9th grade, they took AP Human Geography for their 9th grade year, and that's a full year course. So any of your AP courses are a full year, semester 1 and semester 2. And at the end of semester 2, this student took the AP test and scored a 4. So at the university of their choice, and this sample is University of California, Santa Barbara, they're going to get 4 units in geography. So at the end of this student's freshman year, they already have 4 college units out the gate. Now, once again, if they don't have to take that course, but right there, you're going to see in a little while how much money that helps you save. Sophomore year, this student took AP European History, but they got a 2. So guess what? They didn't get any college units, but however, when the college admission counselors look at this student, they are going to see that they did take a rigorous course their sophomore year with the AP European History, and that will also elevate their application. So I don't want you to feel like your kids have to pass every single test, because just having AP courses on your transcript elevates your application. However, if they do pass, which we want them to do, it'll save you a ton of money. Then the student took AP Psychology, got a 3, and so at UC Santa Barbara, they met the Psychology 100 or Psychology 1 course and got 4 college units. Now, during the summer between their sophomore and junior year, they took the College Success College Readiness course, and that's the MSJC course. So that's a 1 semester course. All the MSJC courses are 1 semester. So college courses, you're doing a year's worth of work in 1 semester. And that's why you can get so many credits and get that weighted GPA, because it is a lot faster than a traditional AP course or a traditional high school course. So this student took CSCR. And just on a side note, CSCR for us more seasoned people, that's the old Guidance 100 class that every student basically has to take when they go to community college in a 4-year. So we offer that through our district in the summer and the fall and spring. So this student passed the psychology AP test, took CSCR 100, got 3. So now they're at 7 credits, college credits during their sophomore year. And now they're heading into their junior year. Now, junior year is when you really can start stacking these courses up. This kid took AP Art and AP English Language, passed both of them with a 3 and a 4, got 4 and 4 credits. And then they took 4 MSJC courses. They took History 111 in the fall, History 112 in the spring, Math 105 in the fall, which is college algebra, and Math 110 in the spring, which is college pre-calculus, and passed all of these with a C or higher. Just in their junior year, they collected 22 college units, which is super powerful. And then let's go to senior year. They took AP Econ, got a 3, AP Calculus, got a 3, and then took Political Science 101, passed it with a C, got a 4, took English 101, got a 4, English 103, got 3 units, and a total of 19 units for their senior year. So this student, and this is an actual real student that I worked with 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and this is what they actually ended up with, 52 college credits when they graduated high school. And that is a lot of college credits. For those of attended college, that's a lot of credits to gain while you're in high school. But let me go back really quick and go over some things. So each CSU and UC treats the AP test differently. But remember the slide that I showed you with the AP? You could go into that link and look to see which one's going to give credits. But traditionally, the CSUs are a 3 or higher, and the UCs are a 4 or higher. MSJC courses, you have to have a C or higher in order to get credit. So if you get a D in an MSJC course, you will not get college credit for it. You'll get high school credit, but you will not get college credit, and that D will stay on your transcript. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that later. And then last thing, all the out-of-state and private universities, they do not have to give college credit for a California community college class. So for example, a private university can say, oh, that's great, you took all those hard courses, come on in, but we're not going to give you any credit, because the privates can do what they want when it comes to that. And same with the out-of-states, they could also not give you credit for certain classes. And does that mean that happens all the time? No, but I recommend you do your research when it's time to start applying to these schools, the out-of-state and private schools, because you want to make sure if they do give them college credit for those courses, you'd have that before you walk in, because it does save you money. All right, so let me move on and let's talk about the money. I always like talking about money, because really college is a financial investment, and we all want to go to the college of our dreams, but we also got to make sure that our bank account can support that also. So that's why I love this presentation, because some of our families are not eligible, will not be eligible for financial aid. They won't, they make too much, they have great jobs, they're already going to college themselves, and so they won't be eligible for the Pell Grant or the Cal Grant A. And that's okay, because you're going to save a ton of money doing this, and that's why I call this a different grant. I put in quotes, because it's not an official grant, but you're saving just as much money as you would if you got a grant. So the University of California, let's just break down the cost. And this is just tuition and fees. This is not housing, this is not books, this is not the health fee. This is just if I take a full-time load each semester at a University of California, which is 12 or more units, which is usually 4 classes. Most college classes are 3 units or 4 units. So 12 units or more at a UC is going to cost $6,876 per semester. So each unit is $573. A CSU, Full-time status is $270 per semester unit and $3,240 per semester. And then also I include California community colleges because some of your students are going to go to a community college either for a trade or to be a transfer student. So they save $552 a semester for 12 units. And then out of states are very, very expensive. I know we have dream schools for our kids, and I know kids, you have dream schools for you, but do your research when it comes to money, because if you're not a resident of that state, I used University of Texas, for example, it's going to cost you $20,000 per semester until you become a resident of that state. And just on a side note for you, these are links that take you directly to the admissions and the cost of college for each of these different systems. So as you can see, you know, college is expensive, but it is 100% an investment. And so why aren't you going to invest in yourself or your child while they're in high school? So let's talk about really the savings. So if your student is taking AP and MSJC courses, if they have 12 units, and that's just 4 classes, they're going to save $6,876 walking into a UC right out the gate. The Pell Grant is at right around $6,000. So this is as if your student is receiving the Pell Grant. Now, let's say you do get the Pell. So you have the Pell, you have $6,000 from that. You have $6,876 saved from the college courses you take. You're already at $12,000 savings. And that's just for 4 community college or 4 AP test passings. There's your CSU and there's your California Community College. So this last one I include here is, let's say you have 36 units, college units. Remember my previous slide, this person had 52 units. That's a lot, right? And your child can have that too, or you as a student can have that too. So if you have 36 college units going into your freshman year, you're saving $20,000 at a University of California. That's a lot of money. And you're doing that while you're in high school. A CSU, you're saving $9,720. Look at the time also that you're saving. You are going in and you now have saved yourself a year and a half. You've saved yourself 3 semesters worth of work in college. So that's not only 3 semesters of tuition and fees, because these totals right here are just tuition. That's also 3 semesters of housing, food, books, health fees, parking fees, gas, anything else like that you've saved because you've done a year and a half before you even walked in the door as a first-time freshman. So you will always be a first-time freshman, even if you have that many college units, because you have never attended a university before. And so you will always be a first-time freshman when you walk in, but that will save you a ton of money. I had a student a couple of years came up to me at open house and he was like, Miss Adami, I didn't understand really why you were pushing me in these college classes. I knew I needed to take the hard classes. I knew it would benefit me in college. He goes, but I didn't realize that until my roommate at UCLA was a year and a half behind me, and he was taking English 101 and Math 105 while he was at UCLA, and I had already done those classes, and I was working on my major a lot quicker. So you know, those are other side benefits of that. You get to take your major courses more quickly, and you have less time that you have to do it. And the other thing is, let's say you want to change your major while you're in college. You've already saved yourself a year and a half. So if you need to go a year and a half longer, you've already saved that time. So there's a lot of benefits to it, but money is a huge benefit of the MSJC and AP courses. All right, but let's talk about the stuff that we really got to think about before we start taking these classes, because there are things to consider. It's not like a regular high school course. So first thing is that you will have a college transcript. If you're taking MSJC courses while you're in high school, you will have a college transcript. And whatever grade you get in that course will be on your college transcript. And I got to tell you, your college transcripts follow you for life. When I applied for the job to become a counselor, I had to turn in my college transcripts. And to tell you the truth, I was a little embarrassed by some of my grades on my college transcript. But we don't want you to have that college transcript while you're in high school to have a D on it or an F on it, because that will follow you, and you don't want it to follow you. So I always tell parents and students, take these college classes, but make sure you're mature enough to handle the load of these classes. A lot of times our kids are brilliant, you're brilliant, but you don't have good time management skills, or you get distracted by your friends real easily. when you take these classes, you have to take them seriously because you cannot repeat them while you're in high school. So if you get a D or an F in a MSJC course your junior year, you can't retake it your senior year in the high school. You have to take it while you're in college. So then you're paying for it. So you've just lost that savings, you've lost that time, and now you have a negative grade on your college transcript. So really have a good talk with yourself, and parents have a really good talk with your child to make sure they're ready to handle that load. Our kids are brilliant. We have brilliant kids in our district, but it's just that maturity that we got to make sure they're ready to handle those courses. The second thing that I like to cover about the college classes is that as a parent, you will not, this is for parents, you are not eligible to talk to your child's professor about their grade and missing assignments or what they need to do. Why are they getting a C and not a B? You aren't supposed to have access to the grade book, because in college, you will not be able to do that for your child, because remember, they are becoming a college student while they're in high school. So you will not be able to have that communication with the professor that you normally would be able to do with a high school student. However, this to me is kind of a positive, because you want your kids to get used to advocating for themselves before they go to college. Because when they go to college, you're not going to be able to advocate for them. They have to do that for themselves. And the other reason why I like that happening here in high school is counselors, we could help your child advocate for themselves also. So they have a team behind them to help support them through these college classes. Now, yes, you can get a form to sign off to be able to talk to your child's professor, but it's a pretty lengthy process that you have to do through MSJC. And I just want to let you know, these are MSJC policies. This is not PUHSD policy. These are all MSJC policies. Okay. Now, when it comes to the AP test, starting next year, you will have to pay for your AP test. So each AP test is $97. So once again, make sure that you are prepared for the test, that your child's prepared to test, because that is a lofty fee, $97 per test. You can get a fee reduction on it if you're eligible for free and reduced lunch. And you also have to fill out the free and reduced lunch application. Right now, we're not requiring families to do that. But if you do want the reduced fee for the AP test, you will need to fill out the free and reduced lunch waiver. Now, the last thing is for MSJC, and those of us that have been to college, we know how slow colleges move, right? They don't move fast. You can't call MSJC and say, I want to switch my kid's teacher or kids. You can't call and say, hey, Miss Gonzalez, I want to change from this period to this period. That's not how it works in college. It's a very tedious process. There are multiple steps to becoming an MSJC student and paperwork. So it usually takes 2 to 3 weeks to process everything in order for you to become an MSJC student. If you're planning on doing it in the fall, you need to have everything done by June 1st. So you need to talk to your counselors now. And then if you're planning on doing it in the spring, you need to have everything done by November 30th. So it takes a while, you guys. So make sure that that is something that you want to do, that you have to fill out all the steps and follow all the steps to make it happen. And the last thing I want to go over, which is to me super, super, super amazing. And I'm going to open this up. It's going to take me to a different tab. So I have to stop sharing and go to a new tab. So just be patient with me right now, because I want to show you this one. Here we go. The iGetC. It's called the iGetC, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger for you so you can see it. So look at this document, and do note that this is document from MSJC. Once again, this is not a PUHSD document, and all your California community colleges will have a similar document. What this is a plan on how to meet your general ed requirements to get your bachelor's degree at a university. So all universities require, or all colleges require, a certain amount of courses in certain areas to get your degree. And so I wanted to highlight this because all of the courses that we offer here at PUHSD through our dual enrollment and our annex are general ed courses. So you're not wasting your time. We don't want our students wasting their time taking a class that won't transfer to a Cal State or UC. So this is specifically for Cal State UC. So I'm going to highlight this first area. So area 1 is English communication. So for me to get my bachelor's degree at a CSU, I have to take 3 courses within this area, and one has to be from A, B, and C. So guess what? I'm going to San Diego State. I'm a junior. My senior year, I'm going to take English 101 and I'm going to take English 103. So I have completed this requirement. And so the only other class I have to take for San Diego State to meet my English requirement for my bachelor's degree, this is not to get into the school, this is to get your bachelor's degree, is oral communication. So that's when I always recommend in the summer, take that class. It's an easy class you take in the summer. But look at UCs are different. UCs only require 2 classes out of this category to get your bachelor's degree, and it's English 101 and English 103. Guess what? You're done. You don't have to take any more English classes if you're a math or engineering major, right? Because you don't do English in math and engineering. So when you go to the college of your choice, no more English for you. How fabulous is that? Now, for my math people that don't, that's for my math people that don't like English, but my English people that don't like math, the Cal States and UCs only require 3 semester units, which is 1 course of math if you're an English major. That's all you need in college, and it's Math 105. And guess what some of our high schools offer? Math 105. You're done with your math prior to going into college. So you have met your math requirement for your bachelor's degree at a Cal State or UC. Powerful. Now, if you're a math major or science major or engineering, of course, you're going to take more math. But if you're an English major, social studies, you're done. You're done, and you've done it in high school. I could go through this whole chart, and maybe someday we'll do a activity on that. But it's that I just want to say it's not just you're not just presenting money. I mean, you're not just saving money. You're also saving time, and I want you to see it in real life, where you're saving time and money at for your bachelor's degree. So I'm going to go back to my old tab, and we're going to do a couple more slides, and then we're done. And I hope you're getting all the information you need. So let me go here. It's coming up. We're going to go to this. So this is my favorite quote by Walt Disney. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. I am a firm believer that we have amazing students in our district that can handle these courses, but we need to have the courage to try them. Don't be afraid to try them. The nice thing about the college courses and the AP courses, if you get in there in the first couple weeks, it's too hard, you can't handle it, you can drop them and go back to a regular course. And that will not be on your transcript. So you don't have to worry about that. If we get you out by the withdrawal date, you are fine. But please have courage, do it. Take maybe one class, take the US history or take the college success and college readiness so you can see that you can complete these college classes. Courage is what's going to drive you towards your career in life. It's going to make you happy, and how proud you will be when you complete these college classes, especially when you think you couldn't do it. All right. So this last slide are all the links that I had throughout the entire presentation. You can come back to that. And then just a quick shout out, those of you that are have older siblings or parents, those of you that have children that are currently in college, trade school, community college, the Riverside County Office of Education is hiring for what we call Cal Soap coaches. So that's young people that come back and help current junior, well, actually all grade levels on preparing for college, maybe doing their FAFSAs, maybe doing their college applications, doing college search. And it's a great part-time job to have. You're getting paid $17 to $20 per hour. You're only working 19-hour weeks. You're at a school site. You're not at Jack in the Box. So to me, that would be a great job to have. If you are interested, scan the QR code at the bottom and it will take you to the links on the application process. Okay, and then I'm going to close out. We want to thank you for our time. Here are the emails for the Aspire team, and here's a link to a survey. If you could fill it out, that we'd greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or any other concerns, please let us know. And we'd also, back to the survey real quick, we'd like you to fill out the survey because we're planning our workshops for next year, and we want to make sure that we're getting you the information that you would like. So I appreciate your time. Don't be afraid to take college courses because you can see how much money it will save you and how much time it will save you in the future. I hope you have a wonderful day.